Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nara, and on my channel we are talking all things astrology, mysticism, and spirituality. So this video is about Libra in the 8th house. If you know your time of birth and happen to have a Libra in the 8th house, or Venus in the 8th house, or even Taurus in the 8th house like myself, then welcome to this video. I hope you like it, and yeah, leave the comments below if the Libra in the 8th house resonates with you. Okay, so before we jump into the Libra in the 8th house, I want to talk about 8th house alone. So what is 8th house? So 8th house naturally belongs to the sign of Scorpio. So Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, so it's a house of Pluto. So what is Pluto? Pluto is obsession. Pluto is transformation. Pluto is psychology. Pluto is big stuff, you know. It's like and material stuff. It's you know, sex, rock and roll, and stuff like that. It's death and rebirth. It's psychic abilities. Well, actually 8th house is, you know, psychology, psychic abilities, clairvoyance, and stuff like that. So if you crises as well, partner's money, partner's business, you know, handling partner's money, in-laws, what else? I think that's pretty much it. Like, this 8th house is one of my favorite houses. So, but what if we have Libra in the 8th house? So looking at the 8th house from a partner's business and partner's money perspective. So Libra in the 8th house is pretty much using her balancing energies for, you know, to balance, let's say, her partner out, or help him or her with her business. And you know, the work she's putting in, a Libra in the 8th, is getting the great rewards from a partner's business, meaning like financial rewards, because it's partner's money. And if it's aspected well with like trines and sextiles, then it will also mean that you have the you know, the access to partner's money. And a lot of people have trines, a lot of trines, which are aspected from the 8th house. That will mean that they can just like live on partner's money and not even work in their life. So that's also possible. So it's also, you know, when in, you know, financial situations, you know, there is like an equal give and take when it comes to even like partner's money. Even if a Libra is living on a partner's money, there's equal give and take. Like this relationship will not be like a dependent on the fact that, oh, I did this for you and you did that for me, you know, or I did more for you than you did. No, like there will be like a balance. Let's say your partner gives you money and you're bringing peace. So, you know, like it's balancing out the, you know, energies and the resources that are being invested into a relationship. Let me put it this way. So there is like no like any pettiness. Another thing, there is also the mutual negotiation when it comes to financial things of the partnership and business, like the shared bank account, the shared, you know, finances. So let's say like you can't just like open a bank account, right? You have to negotiate, you have to talk to your partner. So this is a crux of the 8th house. Okay, like this is the main aspect of the 8th house, that like negotiations over money. So when you get married, let's say, you start to share bank accounts, right? And obviously you share bank accounts, but it doesn't just happen overnight. You have to talk to your partner. So that will be the 8th house as well. So if you have a Libra in the 8th, or even Taurus in the 8th, or Venus, you will be like inclined towards like negotiations that are of diplomatic nature. So you won't be like there should be equal give and take, and like both parties have to agree on you know, the stuff that they are trying to proceed with, right? Then also, like when it comes to like crises, from a crises perspective, in like crises situations, there's like this relationship is based on negotiations with a partner. So let's say you're a Libra in the 8th house, which I actually have Taurus in the 8th. So, which, I will speak from my own example. Venus or Taurus or Libra in the 8th house would mean that you're going through crisis situations. Let's say financial crisis or emotional crisis. In that case, it's mostly that your partner who is going to help you come out of that crisis situation, or overcome that challenge that you have. So in my case, it was many times in my life when I was faced with crisis situations, like mostly financial, I would say. Like when it comes to emotional crisis, I apologize. But when it comes to emotional crisis, I can handle myself. Like being Taurus moon in the 8th, I can handle myself. Like I don't need anybody. But when it comes to the financial crisis, it has happened many times that my partners had been the ones who would help me out. Okay, so that's that for the 8th house of in regards to the crisis. So remember also 8th house is psychology, so it can be psychological crisis, like I said, to emotional psychological crisis, right? And the Libra in the 8th house will only experience psychological crises if she is not living a balanced lifestyle. Let's say if a Libra person in the 8th knows that she has to live, like eat better foods, like eat better, like eat right, not drink a lot of alcohol, drink lots of water, exercise, go out, getting enough sleep. If she's not taking care of herself physically, right, then there is a propensity to have psychological crises. So this is like something to be aware of. Also speaking from a perspective of shared bank accounts and stuff like that, just like 8th house is crises. It's also like we should look at the 8th house, not only your crises but also like other people's crises, and how you approach when other people are asking for help when they are faced with crisis situations, right? So let's say your friends or somebody or close to you is having some type of crisis situation and they're coming and asking for help. So you as a Libra, actually you attract, or Venus in the 8th attract people because you are balanced. Okay, so your aura and your energy just attracts other people to kind of come to you in like crisis situations. Why? Because you have this very relaxing and calming energy that people are drawn to, and people rely on you in those situations. Because honestly, like Venus in the 8th, let's look at it. Venus is what we like and what we don't like. So in the 8th house, Venus learns how to like darkness. Venus learns how to be okay with crisis situations. Venus learns how to just let go and go with the flow. And even if it's negative and something, if something's happening that they are not resonating with or do not want to see, Venus in the 8th, Taurus or Libra, doesn't matter, will naturally be balanced and be okay with whatever's happening and still find the beauty in what's happening, even if it's ugly. So that's beautiful. Honestly, I love Venus in the 8th. So if you have Libra in the 8th, you just with that energy that you have, which is coming from the fact that of acceptance. Honestly, it's coming from self-acceptance. If you accept yourself, then you accept everything around you, even if it's something you do not want to see, right? So if it's something you don't want to see, but you're okay with yourself, you accept yourself with all your flaws, you're automatically accepting the external environment. And when you do that, that's when people are inclined to share their problems with you, because you just have such a peaceful and relaxing aura that translates into something that, oh, I'm non-judgmental and you can just come to me and I will not, judge you for whatever you're going through. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Then let's see. And yeah, also as a result of that, right, as a result of such a peaceful aura, you get shared bank accounts. So this is something to be aware of as a Venus in the 8th house, okay? Like your aura is just like so magnetic. Like people cannot just stop being obsessed with you. Let me just put it this way. People just love you, especially like the ones who developed attractions. But listen, Venus, Taurus, Libra in the 8th, like girls, guys, you guys are magnetic. Like I know, like 8th house is like the best house ever. And if you have planets in there, okay, see, the more planets you have in the 8th house, the more psychic and the more magnetic you will be. I have three planets, and I did not know this until I started learning about astrology, like diving deep into astrology the way I do now. So this is something to be aware of, right? Let me sip some wine. It's Sunday night and I'm just enjoying myself. I'm just, this is actually the book I'm reading, The 12 Houses, and also I'm currently taking a class in astrology from one of my favorite astrologers. He's Russian and I've been following him since, I don't remember even when, but he offered a course, so I decided to go for it. And yeah, so here I am. I just wanted to share my insights and, the way I interpret my own chart, and just want to see how people resonate with it. But I've been into astrology since a very long time, okay? And yeah. So you guys, okay, what else can we say about, also like, when it comes to the 8th house, it's sex too, it's sex transformation. So for a Libra in the 8th house, especially if you have planets in there, for you, sex is very important in relationships, and sex has to be very intense. And you might be also prone to jealousy, because remember, it's Scorpio is naturally belongs to the 8th house, and Scorpios are very jealous, right? So having the 8th house placement will mean that you will have propensity to jealousy. But here's the thing, it's not very often, okay? And it's not for everybody. It's like jealousy over like somebody you think you possess, because like 8th house is possessive energy. Remember, it's Pluto, obsession and possession. You get obsessed and other people get obsessed with you. And it's also psychological manipulations, mind games, head games, and stuff like that, which I've done a lot of, okay? Trust me, I've done a lot of those in my life. And it's like I'm a better person than I was. Like, trust me. And I'm a great person, okay? I'm an amazing person, but at some point I was doing a lot of those things, especially like if people are fucking with me, but if you're not doing anything wrong and you're not being petty towards me, like obviously I'm not gonna say anything. So it takes two to tango, let's say it like this. But if you have 8th house placement and if somebody crosses you, you're gonna be very revengeful. And this has occurred in my life many times. I'm very easy to let go. I can let go of things and people and situations easily, but there's like some part of me just wants to revenge. Like I can't control it. So let me know if you have that, but that's very likely to have as a Venus in the 8th house. So if you resonate with that, please let me know in the comments below, okay? But also, like, it's sex, 8th house is relating to sex. These people love sex, and these people just like not settle for a relationship that is not sexually fulfilling, okay? So if you're not sexually fulfilling, then a Libra is out, okay? So they need that sexual connection. And they're also magnetic, and they're like, you know, like dark. They like dark energies. They like horror movies. Like me personally, I was 5 years old, guys. Like my sisters, okay, were watching, and it was, by the way, like 1999. Like my sisters were watching a Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger, and I happened to be there, and there was like a bunch of like neighbor kids, and they were watching, right? And I saw like those blades, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness, what is that? I got so fucking scared. And I remember I just covered myself with a blanket, and I didn't want to see this, right? But at the same time, I was kind of interested. I'm like, I want to see what's going on. So I would like kind of like try to see what's happening there. So ever since, I would always sneak in and watch Freddy Krueger because my mom was against it. And yeah, so that's very likely to have with a Venus in the 8th, Taurus or Libra in the 8th. Okay, we are just like, we're scared of death, we're scared of like stuff like that, you know, like the horrifying stuff that is very like gross and disgusting, like the killing. But we are at the same time drawn to those very things. Make that make sense, right? Like, I don't understand why we do what we do. But yeah, Libra in the 8th house is funny placement, but it's also psychic abilities. Also, if you do have a black moon, Lilith in the 8th, which I do, it's like, or moon in the 8th, that is that is how we can determine if you will be like psychic or not. So like if you have moon in the 8th or black moon Lilith in the 8th, it's likely that you will have a very strong intuition. And also people with a Venus in the 8th, especially if you have a lot of planets and you have good aspects, like which are like trines or sextiles, semi-sextiles, then you are likely to benefit from your partner's money in life, and are able to spend them on your hobbies and do whatever the fuck you want, basically. Hope you like this video. Please let me know in the comment section below what you guys think, and I apologize for sounding like shoot and looking like shoot because I'm not feeling well, but I tried my best. I put some blush just to look healthy, but honestly I look very pale, and even when I'm sick I still cannot give up. I was like, nope, do something at least. So yeah, I hope you like this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye y'all. Hope you like this video. Please let me know in the comment section below what you guys think, and I apologize for sounding like shoot and looking like shoot because I'm not feeling well, but I tried my best. I put some blush just to look healthy, but honestly I look very pale, and even when I'm sick I still cannot give up. I was like, nope, do something at least. So yeah, I hope you like this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye y'all.